And we're very pleased to have the owner of FC Arizona, Scott Taylor, with us today. Scott, please come up. Scott, you brought someone with you today.
This is Castano. This is our reserve goalkeeper here. So
Castano, nice to meet you. Thanks for being here. So again, Scott, not everyone, I think, has heard the news that Mesa, Arizona has a professional soccer team. Tell us, how did this happen?
Well, we needed a stadium, and you guys had it, and MCC's been a great partner, and the chamber, and so I kind of hatched this idea. My kids play soccer, and I felt like there was a huge void in the valley for pro soccer, and so I went on a trip with my wife to Scotland and England, and I thought, on the flight back, I started, sketching out a business plan. So this is a result of it. So,
great. Now I know what we've in the news lately has been the fact that the MLS, Major League Soccer, is expanding, and so we know there's different leagues. But tell us. What league are you in? I mean, where do you fit in the soccer
in the pyramid,
world?
In the soccer pyramid? Yeah. So we're in the National Premier Soccer League, and it's called the NPSL. In fact, yeah, here's our standings. So yeah, we're the only team of this kind in Arizona. We're really proud of the guys. We have 6 first division players on the team. So there's about 3 or 4 legitimate leagues in the United States, and we're one of them. So
that's great.
So we're really proud of it, and eventually we want to get to a 2nd division, and we really want to keep it in the East Valley. So
that's great.
Yeah.
So it looks like the teams that you are playing are predominantly from California, would be my guess. Is that true? Okay.
Yeah, those are all Southern California teams. Albion, San Diego, obviously Orange County. We can all derive where Orange County is from. Good team.
That's great.
So yeah.
And I know your last game you beat the City of Angels FC. So have you developed some rivalries here? Do we have?
City of Angels FC is owned by Sting. The musician is owned by his son.
Oh, very cool.
So we beat them 6-0 though. So
all right.
So it's proud of our guys. So
you must have good goalkeepers, right?
Well, yeah, he didn't play that game, but he's our reserve goalkeeper. He broke his toe, if you can believe it. Yep, so he broke his toe, and so he's, that's why he's here with me today, because our coach was going to come, but the boys are practicing right now because they're going to go play Corinthians tomorrow, so.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that's a Brazilian kind of based team, so. If you haven't been to a game, they're just absolutely fun. Well, it's a lot of fun.
It sounds like it. And so we do have a question from the audience via crowd mics. The question is, when and where are the games? So, I mean, you mentioned MCC, but tell us more if there's a lot of people who love soccer in the East Valley and in Mesa in particular and would love to come out and be part of this. How does that happen?
Yeah, so our schedule, I passed around our schedule, and you can find it online at fcarizona.com. So our next game is next Saturday night at 7:30, and we're going to have fireworks that night. So please come out that night. And again, the boys are undefeated. We got a coach that played in the English Premier League for 20 plus years. He's a real charming guy. I know you've met him. And
yes.
He's a real leader. And I mean, he's really the mastermind. So, kudos to Aiden. And
yeah, he's obviously legit. I mean, coming from the English Premier League is the creme de la creme of the soccer world.
Exactly.
And obviously a real professional. So tell us, thanks for bringing one of your players. Tell us a little bit, who plays on this team? I mean, where do you get are these local folks? Are these, what is their soccer pedigree? Who are we going to see when you come out to a game?
So it's interesting. We have a blend of local guys, and then we have 6 first division players on this team. So our starting goalkeeper is Andrew Weber, who grew up in Tempe, and he played for MLS last year for the Portland Timbers. Then we have 4 Mexican first division players. Manuel Rivera played for Chivas, and then also played for Chivas USA, and then he went to Finland in the Finnish first division. He's extremely good. He's our number 6. And then we got a Costa Rican national team player named Alejandro Aguilar. He's fantastic.
Wow.
He's phenomenal. He is lightning fast.
So you'll see this guy in the World Cup.
We'll see.
World Cup.
Yeah, potentially representing his country in the World Cup. I mean, that's how good our players are. Now, why is that guy here? he married a girl from Gilbert.
Okay.
And so he needed a team to play for. So it's a lot of stories like that. People ask me all the time, where do you get your players? They all have a different story, but we currently have 6 first division players on this team. So it's a very high level. It's a very, very high level of soccer.
Great.
So we're proud of it.
I love going to minor league professional games of all varieties, because a lot of times you go to these games and sometimes there's so much going on, they're so family friendly, they're so commercialized that you forget sometimes there's a game going on. I mean, what kind of an environment are people going to have when they come there? Is it a family friendly environment?
Family friendly. We have, we give out posters of the kids, and they can have the players autograph them after the game. We have a jumbotron. We have a 20-foot jumbotron that's there, and MCC's been a great partner there at John Riggs Stadium. So it's a great environment, and the kids are only $5 to get in.
That's great.
So we wanted to make it affordable. Adults are 12, so I wanted to keep it around the same price point as a movie.
That's great.
So it's a good date night. We have different age groups of people, and so it's good.
Well, we've got thousands and thousands of kids in Mesa that are big soccer fans.
Yeah.
It seems like this is a great sweet spot for our community. Now, you're an interesting story as well. I mean, how do you become the owner of a professional soccer team?
Well, I'm an insurance agent in Chandler.
That's what I thought, yeah. So how do you go, how does all of a sudden you own a soccer team?
Again, back to that story where insurance is quite boring, honestly. So I'm like, I got to think of something funner to do. But no, that's kind of part of it. But no, I felt like there was a real void, and I fell in love with the sport. And I think what's happening in America, I think soccer is probably not America's first love. That's fair to say that American football or baseball or even basketball are. But I think as the younger generation gets up, that's really the sport they want to follow.
Yeah.
And as we become more international and more diverse, I think I wanted to kind of be a part of that movement and just kind of be a pioneer behind it. So that's really the impetus behind it. I just felt like there was a real void here, and I wanted it in the East Valley. I wanted more sporting entertainment options for the East Valley, and I felt like there was a lot in Phoenix and the West Valley, but I wanted to kind of keep it East Valley. So.
Well, this is a great niche for our community. We appreciate you bringing professional soccer to Mesa, and look forward to you being very, very successful. I know from a city perspective, we've come to learn that there is no quenching the appetite for soccer fields in Mesa, Arizona. That's one of the big challenges that we are at the city are working on, is how do we get more soccer fields, because you're right, that the baseball, football, these are all still America's sports. But I'm not sure that 20 years from now, we're not going to, that soccer's not going to be outpacing them in terms of popularity. Certainly among the younger population of Mesa, that seems to be where their attention is focused.
Yeah, definitely.
Scott, do you have a car?
Do I have a car?
Do you own a car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I own a car. Yep.
Apparently that's the question.
I took light rail here, Mayor
Okay.
Smith. I took light rail.
Well, then you're our lucky winner. As a result of being one of our big sponsors today, I'm pleased to give you the grand prize of all that all the guests are hoping that they get when they come to the show.
I want that the Corona lime thing. That's kind of.
Did you notice that the lime actually goes up and down?
Yeah,
Did you
I
see
mean that I was looking at that and like, wow,
that's true.
That's
now I don't drink, but I would love to have that thing like in my office.
We can put root beer on that. We can put root beer on that. Man.
Well, again,
we
root
can
beer
mask that with root beer and we're good.
That's a sensitive subject. We don't want to talk about root beer today. That did not go as planned, unfortunately. But the good news is, Scott, that as by virtue of owning a car, you qualify yourself for receiving the $100 detail certificate from Cobblestone Auto Spas. If you haven't been to Cobblestone, so congratulations. We look forward to you having a cleaner car going forward, and congratulations on bringing soccer to Mesa, Arizona. We couldn't be more excited. And look forward to your ongoing success. Again, 6-0, that's pretty impressive. What happens if you run the table?
Well, I mean, just to give you an idea, I don't know how much time we have, but we haven't even allowed a goal. I mean, let's give our defensive back line some credit. I mean, we've scored 11 goals and we've allowed 0. So that's amazing. It's unbelievable, really. So So they call that a clean sheet. So we've had all those clean sheets, and so it's you know, you don't see the goalkeeper ripping off his shirt when he scores a goal and getting all excited, but that's, you know, defense wins championships. So we've really been impressed with our defensive effort, and if we run the table, then we go to the playoffs, and we'll have home field advantage. We'll host the playoffs at MCC, and those games will be super exciting.
So are you playing games every week, every couple of times a month? How does that work?
Yeah, it ends up being about 2 or 3 times a month. Yeah.
Okay.
Saturday nights. So it's exciting. This one's going to be good on April 22nd because we're going to have fireworks, you know, after the match. So.
And the weather, I'm sure, in the month of April and May at nights on Saturdays is going to be perfect.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
Thanks again for being here. We wish you continued success.
So much. Thank you, guys.
And
Appreciate it.
look forward to
Thank you, Mayor.
continuing to beat up the rest of the league. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.